Members of the House, please be seated.
Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk.
Aloha and good morning. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative Sunny Ganaden. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
Please take your seats. I've been told I'd speak softly into the microphone, which is wild because in my mind I'm screaming. And I'm finishing, like the other fresh people here, my second session, and it sure has been eventful. I've seen how power and even the idea of it can exacerbate what is already in our character, and how, when confronted with our duties to humanity and our constituents and each other, we have the opportunity to bring our best selves to this job. This year, we've been speaking a lot about the human right to fresh water and the legacy of war. In light of that, and Earth Day, which is tomorrow, here's a poem. It's by one of my favorite writers. He was a boilermaker and an activist, and this comes from a 1964 collection of anti-war poems, Rain, by Hone Tufare. I can hear you making small holes in the silence. Rain. If I were deaf, the pores of my skin would open to you and shut. And I should know you by the lick of you if I were blind, the something special smell of you when the sun cakes the ground, the steady drum roll sound you make when the wind drops. But if I should not hear, smell, or feel, or see you, you would still define me, disperse me, wash over me. Rain.
Thank you, Representative. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Aquino, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Bronco, Ms. Clark, Ms. Costales, Ms. Eli, Mr. Ganaden, Mr. Gates, Ms. Har, Mr. Hashem,
Excused.
Mr. Hashimoto, Mr. Holt, Ms. Ichiyama, Mr. Ilagan, Mr. Johansson, Ms. Capella, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Bertrand Kobayashi, Mr. Dale Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Mr. Lopresti, Ms. Lowen, Ms. Luke, Ms. Martin, Mr. Matayoshi, Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. McDermott, Mr. McKelvey,
Excused.
Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Ono, Ms. Okimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Mr. Takayama, Mr. Takumi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Tokioka, Mr. Ward, Ms. Wildberger, Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamane, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Here.
Mr. Speaker, 49 members are present, 2 are excused.
Thank you very much. Reading of the journal, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred.
So ordered. Thank you very much. Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk. Are there any Senate communications?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, if you and the members will turn your attention to the addendum to today's order of the day. We are in receipt of a communication informing the House that the Senate has disagreed to the amendments proposed by the House to the noted Senate concurrent resolutions. We are in further receipt of a communication informing the House that the Senate has reconsidered action in disagreeing to the amendments proposed by the House, has moved to agree, and pass the noted Senate bills on final reading. Additionally, we are in receipt of communications informing the House that the Senate has appointed conferees to the noted House and Senate bills.
Thank you very much. Members, are there any introductions? If there's no introductions, for final reading, Representative Bellotti for the motion to agree. Recess.
Majority members caucus in auditorium.
Members of the House, please be seated.
Will the House come to order? For final reading, Representative Bellotti.
Mr. Speaker, I move to agree to the amendments made by the Senate to House Bill number 1455, House Draft 1, House Bill number 1456, House Draft 1, House Bill number 1469, House Draft 1, House Bill number 1486, House Draft 2, House Bill number 1653, House Draft 2, House Bill number 1672, House Draft 1, House Bill number 1806, House Draft 2, House Bill number 1810, House Draft 1, House Bill number 2006, House Draft 1, House Bill 2074, House Draft 1, House Bill 2089, House Draft 1, House Bill number 2213, House Draft 1, House Bill number 2332, House Draft 1, House Bill number 2337, House Draft 1, and House Bill number 2422, House Draft 1.
Thank you very much, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? If not, this will be by voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend the rules of the House in order to consider certain House bills for final reading by consent calendar.
Thank you very much. Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, second the motion.
Thank you very much. This will be by voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. To pass on final reading, Representative Bellotti.
Mr. Speaker, I move that said House bills with sign address as listed on pages 1 through 4 pass final reading.
Thank you very much. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much. Members, page 1, House Bill 1455, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. House Bill number 1456, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. Page 2, House Bill 1469, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. House Bill 1486, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 1, discussion. House Bill 1653, House Draft 2, Senate Draft 2. House Bill 1672, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 2. House Bill 1806, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1. House Bill 1810, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1. House Bill 2006, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. Yes, Representative Caruso.
In opposition.
Opposition, please proceed.
So while I appreciate the intent of this measure, I can't support it because I've watched these sandbags disintegrate, and if you place identifying information on one part of the sandbag, there is no guarantee as they dissolve in the ocean that you would be able to identify the other parts that have become disconnected from that identifying tag. So for that reason, I'm opposing.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion, members? If not, thank you very much. We're going to move on to House Bill number 2074, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. Thank you, members. House Bill 2089, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 2. House Bill 2213, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1. House Bill 2332, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 2, discussion. Thank you, members. House Bill 2337, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. Finally, members, House Bill number 2422, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 1, discussion. Yes, Representative Parr.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please note my reservations.
So ordered. Thank you, Representative. Further discussion? If not, members, let's go to Representative Morikawa for the vote.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the measures before us, all majority members vote aye with the exception of the following. On page 1, HB number 1455, HD1, SD1, Rep. Caruso votes no. On HB number 1456, HD1, SD1, Rep. Caruso votes no. Page 2, HB number 1469, HD1, SD1, Rep. Capella votes no. HB number 1486, HD2, SD1, the following vote no. Capella, Peruso. Page 3, HB number 2006, HD1, SD1, following vote no. Capella, Peruso. HB number 2213, HD1, SD1, Rep. Capella votes no. Page 4, HB number 2332, HD1, SD2, Rep. Capella votes no. HB number 2337, HD1, SD1, Rep. Wildberger votes no. And HB number 2422, HD1, SD1, the following vote no. Ganaden, Capella. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative Matsumoto, for your vote.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the measures before us, all minority members vote aye.
Thank you very much. Have all votes been cast? Have we missed any votes? Appearing that all votes have been cast, said bills pass final reading. Members, please turn to your digital action sheets. We'll be taking up two motions, one to suspend the rules, to reconsider our previous action and disagreeing with the Senate amendments, and one to reconsider our previous action and give notice of the intent to agree. Representative Bellotti for the motion to suspend the rules to reconsider previous action.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend the rules of the House to reconsider action previously taken in disagreeing to amendments made by the Senate to certain House bills.
Thank you very much. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much. Members, this will be by voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Bellotti for the motion to reconsider.
Mr. Speaker, I move to reconsider action previously taken in disagreeing to the amendments made by the Senate and to give notice of the intent to agree to the amendments to the following House bills as referenced on your digital action sheets. House Bill number 886, House Draft 1. House Bill number 1472, House Draft 1. House Bill number 1743, House Draft 1. House Bill 1789, House Draft 2. House Bill 1848, House Draft 2. House Bill 1883, House Draft 1. House Bill number 2076, House Draft 1. House Bill number 2113, House Draft 2. House Bill number 2115, House Draft 1. House Bill number 2340, House Draft 2. House Bill number 2471, House Draft 1. House Bill number 2495, House Draft 1.
Thank you very much. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much. This will be by voice vote. Members, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Members, these measures will appear on tomorrow's order of the day for final reading. Members, are there any announcements? Representative Yamashita.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Finance requests the waiver of the 48-hour advance notice requirement for the purpose of having decision-making on SCR 34 SD1 HD1, requesting the Early Learning Board to evaluate, report to the legislature regarding the board's composition and character and development, and develop a strategic plan. And SCR 35 SD1 HD1, requesting the University of Hawaii, West Oahu, to reestablish a pre-nursing pathway or create a permanent nursing program for students.
So ordered.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Decision-making will be held today, April 21st, at 1:30 p.m. in Conference Room 308 and by video conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative. Further announcements, Representative Ward.
Thank you, Speaker. Final friendly reminder that Timmy Chang, UH football coach, will be speaking in room 437 immediately after session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Further announcements, members? If not, for the motion to adjourn, let's go to Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you very much. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say no. Motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Chairs meeting in the conference room with designees on conference committees. Chairs meeting